This is actually our 20-second course that we've run for students, and it didn't start as a student course, it actually started as a shape course for keepers. And when we sort of had this happen, we had lots of, obviously keepers applying. We also had lots of students applying to sort of come on it as well, but we didn't have room to take them on. So what we realised that obviously there were people that were looking to get into animal work, which wanted to sort of come along and learn like all of the different skills and things like that. So that's when we sort of came up with the student environmental enrichment course, the SEEKs.
Zookeeping is a competitive job to get into, and everyone's expecting you have at least 6 months paid work, so volunteering is going to help you. But when it comes to an interview, they say, oh, is this volunteer work? And you go, yes, and go, we're looking for paid work. And this just helps help you get that initial experience, and that's hopefully it'll get you into a position where you get some hands-on experience with animals.
This course is based on habitat design and welfare and training, which is really what I am most interested in, is welfare tests and trying to make the best of the conditions that we have. I'm doing my thesis in Dublin Zoo. I work there on the grounds for the last 2 years. So I think really working with animals is a constant learning process, and that everyone should really be keeping up to date, doing new courses, making connections, learning new things, because simple things that can be cheap and cost effective can be brought back to your own zoo.
We're the largest animal collection in Northern Ireland and one of the best in that island. So to utilise the animals that we have here and the facilities that we have here, it's a great opportunity to see these, for the students to come in and build something and within an hour see it in an enclosure being used by an animal. The animals will get something from it, we'll get something from it, and new skill sets will be gained, not just by us because we'll know how to splice a rope, for instance, but the animal that's getting that enrichment has to learn how to use it as well. These courses weren't available when I became a zookeeper, and I'm privileged to see potential keepers of the future already developing these skills.
Actually getting into a zoo career is quite tough, because it tends to be that once keepers get a job, they'll stick to them. So then when openers do come up, there's an awful lot of people going for them. So the people who are most likely to actually get those roles are ones who are going to stand out obviously from the crowd with sort of different skills and things like that. So what we actually aim to do during this course is not just the theory behind everything, but some real practical skills as well. So for students who have never worked in an animal collection before, for them to go away with all of these new skills sort of on their CV, it's really going to help them stand out from the crowd. And we've actually found that off the back of these courses, we've had lots of people go into zoo careers, which has been absolutely amazing.
Education and conservation are very intertwined, and if you want to promote conservation, people need to be educated about it. So people come into zoos maybe to see the cute animals, but they come out after learning an awful lot, and then hopefully will give back and will be more aware in what they're doing in day-to-day life that may affect it, whether it be going on holidays or what products they're buying. So I think if they don't have education, there is no chance for conservation.
A lot of the collections, sort of around the whole of the UK, they don't actively go and capture animals to bring into wildlife parks. Most of the species that we got are born, raised here, and of course the whole point of doing this course is to help encourage those animals to behave much more naturally. So to have obviously the wild behaviours, so that hopefully eventually in the future we'll actually be able to get a lot of these species back out into the wild. A lot of collections now house the animals that they do because of the fact that in the wild they're being hunted, they're being poached for various different reasons, whether it's for different medicines, whether it's for people wearing coats and things like that. And it's not safe for a lot of species in the wild. The black rhino is a major example of that, with the numbers massively decreasing. They'll be extinct in 8 years in the wild, the rate that's going on at the moment. So if we don't have species like that in captivity, once it's gone, it's gone. But by having it in captivity, we've got a safety net so that at some point in the future, if we're able to kind of educate these areas to sort of stop the poaching and things like that, we'll be able to get the species back out there, particularly if we've been training them how to be wild animals.
It's very easy to say you can see them on the television, or if you want to see an animal, go and see it in the wild. But if you're a family on a low income, for instance, a trip to South Africa or Kenya is the trip of a lifetime. A trip to a good zoo is that first step, that first link in the chain of understanding and being educated to the animal's plight.
We're actually doing courses sort of all around like the whole of like the UK and Ireland as well, so we're sort of through the middle of our leg at the moment, but we generally do sort of 4 or 5 of these public courses every single year. So if people want to find out a little bit more about them and obviously sort of where we're going to be next, then they can jump on our Facebook page, which is obviously facebook.com/student environmental enrichment course, and they'll be able to see all the photos and videos and things that we put up, as well as finding out where we're going to be next.